What's up, beautiful family and friends? It's Moon Mama here. I am sitting here getting ready to start an energetic reading. As you know, and as I've posted, we have the full moon in Leo coming up. So, as always, I wanted to hop on here. I wanted to see what messages Spirit would want to bring in for, what might help and what might hinder us as far as the energies that are coming through with this full moon in Leo. So let me kind of start with a little dabble of an explanation on what full moons are and also what the sign of Leo stands for. So full moons are a chance to use the energy of the moon to release, right? To cleanse, to let go of. Full moons are also a time of illumination, a time that fears can be illuminated, okay? So things that we may not have realized were sitting under the surface, deep wounds and fears are able to be illuminated with the energy of the full moon, as well as heightened intuition. So, really a good time to dig into, to reevaluate not only where you were at the last full moon, go back in the cycle, but also just where you're currently at, right? Really, whether it's you writing down, whether it's you just sitting back and taking the time to really evaluate the people, places, experiences in your life right now, and what purpose they serve for you, and if you've outgrown that purpose, or if it's time to move on from that, right? The sign of Leo, my lions of the zodiac. So, right, the Leo is the brave and courageous lion of the zodiac. Let's look at the two aspects of the Leo. So we have the divine Leo, as any sign in the zodiac. We have the divine and the distorted, okay? Divine Leo characteristics, again, bold, courageous. They're fire sign, so very action-oriented, very divine masculine energy coming through with the Leo. Very a go-getter, a driven energy, right? In its distortion, however, on the other end of this spectrum, a distorted Leo energy can be very egoic. Okay, so I kind of also view it as a distorted masculine energy, right? Coming from a place of hustle, overworking, coming from ego instead of heart, right? The Leo has to be very careful to border that line of ego versus heart action, right? Two totally different things. So I wanted to pull a reading and let's see what comes through, what Spirit wants to, how Spirit wants to guide us, and so that we can use the Leo full moon energy to our advantage. As always, we don't want to resist, baby, do we? All right. Let's go ahead and jump in, right? Okay, so I'm going to ask two questions here. Yeah, I want to know, Spirit, what energies will help us? What energies will help us with this full moon in Leo, Spirit? Please show me some themes for what energies will help us. How can we use the energies of this full moon in Leo to help? Please show me. Thank you. All right. Don't mind me all comfy and cozy on my couch today. I just was feeling like I want to be fucking casual and comfortable in my little space today. I'm not in the mood to be at my desk all official and shit, okay? All right, so for what energies are helping us with this Leo full moon, we are getting the disseminating moon, which is take time to breathe out. followed by the full moon in Pisces. Hello, water, emotional, balance, spirituality, and practicality. All right, so what's coming through here, you know, like I said, the Leo energy is very courageous, right, in its divinity. So really taking the time to pause, okay? This full moon is asking us to pause and reflect and really reevaluate where you're at in relation to where you've come from, in relation to, because remember, we are constantly evolving, guys, and that's a beautiful thing, but we're in a society that kind of tells you not to change, that change is scary or bad, right? So it's like, use this Leo full moon energy to really be bold enough to pause and reflect and be like, oh, okay, maybe it's time I redirect in this aspect of my life. And to really evaluate that. Remember how I said Leo can border on that divine versus distorted when it comes to that hustle mentality, okay? Versus heart-centered action, okay? Taking this time to really, to breathe, to stop, pause, reflect. Where am I at in my heart space? And that takes courage, you guys. It's not easy. We're definitely not trained. Most of us are not trained to, especially when it comes to business and our careers and that type of avenue, to pause and reflect and reevaluate if we need to. Take time to breathe out so that you can use this full moon energy to release. You can't release what no longer serves you if you're not evaluating what no longer serves you, right? And that takes a moment. That takes time to pause. That takes time to feel through the emotion of it, get past that, and then really evaluate, right? Followed by that balance, spirituality, and practicality. I mean, come on, there's that. You absolutely need a balance between, I don't want to say real world because there's no such thing, but you know, how you ground your ideas and your inspirations into this world, how you use your spirituality when it comes to your everyday life, and even further when it comes to your career or your passions, or how you create an idea and really ground it into this 3D earth by balancing your spirituality and your practicality, right? That Piscean energy, water, emotion, okay? So let's see what else comes through. How we can use that fiery Leo energy to play into what the themes that just came out, all right? So Spirit, clarify that. Clarify this for what energies. I didn't even get to finish the fucking question. Spirit, are you all right? Ready to talk? Leo, bold and proud, here we are. So I was asking to clarify these two cards and for what energies will be helping us with this Leo full moon, right? So out pops the High Priestess, followed by the Four of Swords, followed by the Nine of Wands, and lastly the Six of Cups. All right, guys. I'm going to clarify, but with my baby cards. But what this is telling me, there's a deep inner knowing with this High Priestess, right? That you need a timeout. You need a major timeout, you guys. You need major time to rest, relax, and rejuvenate. Because without that, you will likely end up making moves from a distorted place because you're overworked, you're overwhelmed, you have not worked through the emotion, right? When you're in that constant go, 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 go hustle mentality, that distorted Leo energy, you don't have time to stop think, pause, feel, process. And this is, I feel like this full moon in Leo is really asking us to make that conscious effort to switch to that mind frame, even when it comes to our jobs, our careers, however we bring that Leo, bold and courageous energy, passionate energy into our everyday lives, right? You know, with that balance, spirituality and practicality, like there's got to be a balance. It can't be all one or the other. It can't be super practical and you can't be super spiritual, not in the sense of like spiritual, how you're connected to your God. Spiritual is in your ideas, your innovations, without them being grounded here, right? And this high priestess is like, look, you can't do that without allowing yourself this space to pause. Like, it's all in order. It always is, right? I know we get in our human brains and we want to evaluate the fuck out of everything, but realistically, part of that spirituality journey and that really discovering who you are connected to God, it's all already taken care of, okay? The thoughts, the fears, the anxieties, and the worries are coming up so that you can heal things within yourself on why you have to control everything, why you have to, you know, whatever. But it's still already all taken care of. What's meant to be yours will always be yours. And I know that's a really, that can be a really hard thing to humanly conceptualize because we're obviously trained the complete opposite. But it's true, right? And it's like getting out of your own way. And you know how you sometimes do that? By listening when your body, mind, and soul are saying, hey, stop. Pause, reflect, give yourself the time to rest, relax, and rejuvenate. I know we're taught that there's no fucking time for the rest, there's no rest for the wicked, or whatever the fuck all their patriarchal sayings are. But I challenge you to try something else. I challenge you to try something new. Because how's that working out for you, baby? I know I did it. I did it for a really long time, and I still have to consciously choose not to. I know. You're not alone. There's no fucking judgment here. But how's that working out for everybody? Let's look at the collective. How's that working out, right? You guys, as always, we are a vessel. And what is meant for us is always going to come to us. But you cannot give from an empty cup. We know this. We say this. But do we live this? Do we really balance the practicality and the spirituality of that statement that I cannot give from an empty cup? No fucking coincidence that I just randomly was splitting these and the Ace of Cups is right there. That's literally, look at the cup overflowing. Like, you can't have a new abundant beginning. Your cup cannot overflow if it's not filled up. You know how you fill your cup up? You take care of yourself. Okay? And then it's followed by this Nine of Wands, which is a card of, it can be a card of having your walls up, of being defensive. I'm feeling like there's a little bit of a resistance to what I'm saying. And rightfully so, you guys. It's fine. Ego's stepping in, and ego's like, what the fuck? You know how long I've protected this identity and how hard I've had to work and claw my way to the top? Bitch, you're not going to come in and tell me this isn't working for me. And that's okay. Acknowledge that for what it is. It's your ego trying to protect an identity that's the only thing it knows. Thank you, ego. However, I'm going to ask you, ego, nicely, if I have to, I'll get a little aggressive, to back the fuck off right now. I don't need you right now. Thank you for trying to protect me, but I no longer associate with that identity, right? Because I know that by having these walls up, I'm not getting anywhere. What am I protecting? What am I really protecting? Because an identity is just that, right? It's just a story, an idea, or a belief that at some point our conscious or subconscious mind created. But that doesn't mean that you are obligated to stay attached or loyal to said identity. Right? Follow these ideas and these inspirations that are saying, like, yeah, question that. Or they're saying, I don't know about that anymore. Or they're saying, something about that doesn't feel right anymore. Or they're saying, like, I'm over this hustle. Like, fuck, I'm tired. When does this end? Because you know what? The problem with that whole rat race is it never ends. It never ends. You can go and you can go and you can go and you can achieve and you can achieve and you can achieve and you can have all the money in the world. But if it's not right inside, if you're not whole, worthy enough inside for yourself, nothing externally is going to be enough. You and I know that. You know that deep, deep down inside, even if you're choosing to ignore it. Even if your identity, your ego is like, nuh-uh, watch. Once I'm a millionaire, it'll all be better. Once I have my company, it'll all be better. Because then I'll be able to prove. I'm going to prove something to the world. Who are you trying to prove something to? Let me ask you that with this Leo full moon, baby. Who are we trying to prove something to? Because not only do you not need to prove anything to a fucking person in this world, not your mom, not your dad, not your pastor, not your preacher, not your boss, no fucking body. But you don't even need to prove shit to yourself. And that's where that stems from, right? How can we bring it back to me? What am I trying to prove to myself? That I can make $1 million? Okay? Look into those things with this Leo full moon. What behaviors, cycles, patterns, habits are you possibly still engaging in that are rooted in self-worth issues? Why do you not feel like you are enough? Take time to think about that. Allow emotion to come through, because that can be a really deep one, right? But why are you not enough? Why do you not believe you're enough? Because I know, yeah, don't get me wrong, I know now that you already subconsciously took that belief on probably at a young age. Now society just plays into that. Oh, they love it. They make money off of you because you don't believe you're enough. Oh, you don't believe you're enough? Here, come here, let me sell you something and you'll be enough. Let me sell you the dream of being a business owner and then you'll be enough. Let me sell you a better education and then you'll be enough. They play into your shit. I know. But you know how you get out of that, and you know how you don't play into that, is you take back control by pushing these walls down and discovering why you have them up in the first place. And you know how you do that? By giving yourself the time, to rest, relax, and rejuvenate. And by listening to that inner guidance. Those little nudges that say, I don't know. Something's off. I don't feel satisfied. Why? Why don't you feel satisfied? Because you got the degree and you got that 9-to-5 job they tell you everyone will be so satisfied with. So what is it? What really is it? Okay? Lastly, followed by the 6 of Cups. Inner child work. Oh, the inner child work is so evolving and never ending. I'm joking. I'm very grateful for it, but I feel you, okay? How can you learn to offer your inner child that cup? Because, again, if you're making choices and decisions from that space of not feeling like you're enough, whether you're worthy of it, whether you're aware of it or not, of course you're worthy, bitch, you were born worthy. Whether you're aware of it or not, if you're making decisions from a place of childhood unworthiness, you'll never truly reach those desires, because again, it's all internal. Nothing can happen externally until the internal is where it needs to be. It's just how it works, guys. Okay? It's just how it works. Your external is merely, I'm telling you, moving energy. Your external is merely a reflection of your internal world. And it will forever be. Okay? So if you're forever a victim to your childhood wounding and you never look into why you don't believe you're enough, or why you were told you were not enough and took that on, or why you don't understand your wants and your needs, if you don't take the time to stop and really reflect on that, you're going to keep making decisions from that wounded space. And you will forever be dissatisfied. Because when you look in the mirror, you're not satisfied with self. The beauty in that, you guys, is that brings the power back to you. I know that sounds a little frustrating. It can be, and that's okay. And you have every right to feel whatever you need to feel through that. But you get to bring the power back to you when you do that. Because now the ball's in your court, babe. You can change that. Only you can. Only you can do the inner work. Hello? I'll take it. Okay? I guess I'll clarify. I kind of went on a whole little thing there, but let me go ahead and clarify. Why is this High Priestess here? One card. Why is this High Priestess here? One card, please. High Priestess. Clarify this High Priestess. Thank you. All right. I'm going to just clarify all of them and then I'll explain. Why is this Four of Swords here? Thank you. And why is this Nine of Wands here? A Nine of Wands. Why is this Nine of Wands here? Oof. A little sticky on the card of the defense, huh? Not surprising. A little resistance coming through. Why is this Nine of Wands here, Spirit? Thank you. And why is this Six of Cups here? One card, please. Why is this Six of Cups here? Okay. Gave me two. That's okay. All right. So first, this High Priestess is being clarified with the Emperor. Major Arcana, clarifying the Major Arcana. You guys, the Emperor, for me, in my experience, is a card of like divine Leo energy, right? Divine masculine energy. This is about taking control, okay? When reversed or when distorted, right? It's egoic. It's distorted masculine energy. So this High Priestess coming out with the Emperor is telling me this Leo full moon is really, I was saying, you guys, full moons can illuminate not only your fears, but also your intuition. Your intuition is heightened through this full moon. So use that energy to listen. Listen to the guy. It's inside. The problem is you got to stop to listen to it. You gotta sort through the bullshit, sort through, allow the emotion to come through and move on from that. And really sit and listen. Because by listening to your intuition, this High Priestess energy, that's how you're going to take back control. That's how you take back control of yourself. Remember what I was just saying? Bring it back to self, babe. Nobody else has the ability to change your life but you. That's like super exciting, but also fucking frustrating sometimes. Because, sometimes we just want somebody come in and fucking make it better, right? But that's never going to, it can temporarily make it better. Fine, cool, whatever. I've done that. But eventually it's going to come back up. Okay? Use this full moon in Leo energy. Be bold. Be courageous. Be unafraid. Face those fucking fears. And it's that energy of that fear. Like, I don't know what's going to come through. I don't know that I want to face like why I feel so unworthy or why I'm not listening to my intuition. That's okay, babe. We're all human and we all have those fears. But it takes that big, bold, brave Leo energy to push past that fear. Tap into that intuition. Tap into that solar plexus intuitive energy, right? Okay. Four of Swords is getting the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, remember Six of Swords is that card of moving away from things that no longer serve us, and especially in the mental space, that's swords. So you got swords on swords. So yeah, take the time during this full moon. I challenge you to take the time to think about, really give yourself the time, space, and energy to think about why you're not moving away from certain people, places, things, and experiences. Why? The Six of Swords is in reverse. We're stopped. There's not movement right here. Why? Again, back to this unworthiness, this being enough. Why do you keep those people in your life that don't help you level up? Why do you stay at the job that you fucking hate when you have these bomb ideas like flowing to you that you just don't know how to act on, so you just ignore them. This is just what we do. This is what society says. I wake up and I go to a job I hate. Nuh-uh. Guess what? You don't have to. Guess what? You don't have to. You know how I know? Because I did it. I quit. I had no plan. Mind you, I have a toddler. I'm a single mom. I had no plan. But I woke up and God said, quit. So I did. Here I am. I'm perfectly fine, by the way. I'm not homeless. I have very healthy food on my table. Like, you are in your own way. Your mental space is in your own way. Why? Listen to your intuition. Sit with this full moon energy. Why are you not moving away from the people, places, things, and experiences that you know here, you know in your heart, it doesn't feel right anymore, but you let this control you? Why? Also with this Leo full moon, you know, Leo to me, like I said, is the divine masculine energy. Are you moving from a, you know, that distorted masculine energy where you're, again, listening to your head and maybe not tapping into your divine feminine energy where your heart wants to come through? There's a balance of both, babe. You don't have to, it's not using one or the other. It's not like, oh, you can never use your head again. No, but you can use your divine masculine energy and your divine feminine energies intertwined. Use them both. Right now, I feel the energy of really moving from a headspace only. You're ignoring your heart. And part of being a divine, even masculine as well, is knowing how to make heart-centered action. Take heart-centered action, right? The Nine of Wands is being clarified by the Sun. Why are we being so defensive? And why are we so resistant to living a joyful life? The Sun is joy. The Sun is a card of inner joy. Why are we resisting that? Why do you feel unworthy? Or why does it feel out of your reach for you to be able to live a life that you truly enjoy? That truly fills your heart, mind, soul, body up with nothing but joy and light and ease and flow. Why are we resisting that? Why are we holding on to the identities that we know don't bring us joy? Sit with this full moon energy and ask yourself these hard questions. Because again, I think they're rooted in unworthiness. And I think those things are rooted in your childhood. And you're just, it gets to that point where it's almost like, I've just been in this identity so long, I'm just going to fucking stick it out, you know? That's like, it's such a societal thing. I know. I know. But you really do have the ability to just fucking change it. So it's like, are you going to stay in the uncomfort of really sticking it out and fucking resisting change? I'm going to stick to it. How do we see that working at a collective level, guys? I'm curious. You tell me, how's that working out for all the people who are resisting change right now at a collective level? The change is going to happen whether you want it to or not, because we can only conceptualize this much compared to the divine plan. Okay? We're just little peons over here thinking we mean some shit. I'm just kidding. Of course you mean something. But you know what I mean. The change is going to happen regardless. So you're going to sit here and just be like, fuck it. I'm going to ride this out. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to resist it. I'm not fucking changing. You're going to let your ego get in the way? Or are you going to live a life of joy? Because to do this, yeah, you got to go through it a little bit. You know, the only way in is out. The only way out is in. Okay, my bad. The only way out is in. I was like, what? Hold on. You gotta go through the sludge a little bit. But guess what? That's it. You know, like, yeah, it's ever evolving. It's never over. There's no end goal. but you're constantly evolving. That's the beauty of it. There's a beautiful light in every chapter that we go through, should you allow it to be. Yeah, you think I look back and I'm like, fuck yeah, thinking about like the abusive relationships I was in, the narcissistic things, patterns I had to break, all these things. No, I'm not like, woo. But actually, at the end of the day, I am extremely grateful that I went through them, because bitch, when I tell you I grew, I cannot put into human words the amount that I grew as a person. And I can now have gratitude for the situation now that I've felt through all the emotion, the anger, the sadness, the grief. And girl, it still comes up. Hello, I'm human. But I give gratitude for that on a daily basis, because it taught me so much and it forced me out of my comfort zone, and I had a choice point too, just like everyone else does. Evolve or repeat. And I repeated a couple fucking times. And by a couple, I mean I repeated, okay? I repeated. But eventually I decided, all right, I choose evolution. All right, I'm over this. I want to be happy. I know deep down I'm worthy of being happy. God didn't create me to be a fucking unhappy burden. Jesus. No. But I had to do the work to figure out why the fuck I didn't believe that. Why I couldn't tap into the energy of, wow, bitch, you were born divine. I couldn't. And I still have my days. Again, you guys, I'm human. I'm always evolving. But I choose to seek out joy in my life now. And you have to fight through the ego and the conditioning of holding on to old identities and stories and beliefs, and digging into why you want to hold on to those, right? All right, I can already tell I'm going to go way over my time. I do this every time. Oh, well. Okay. Maybe I'll just ask one question this time. This seems to be a pretty distinct message coming through. I'll ask. Here I am rambling. Let me get back to what I was doing. All right, Six of Cups was clarified by the Two of Wands and the Six of Wands. Okay. Yeah. Again, with this Two of Wands, you guys, there's this energy, or there can be this energy of really feeling stuck in between two worlds, right? You're in between two wands. Knowing like, okay, this is the past, this is what I don't want. Here's kind of what I want, but like, where am I at? How do I get from here to there? But again, this is an important part of the process, is being in that in-between world, because this is where you discover how to tap into and understand yourself. When we talk about inner child, you guys, it's just you. I know I'm not trying to over-explain in any way, but for anyone who it can be a little, they're like, what the fuck are you talking about, my inner child? Your child self intuitively knew your wants and needs and what was best for you, right? And then you likely were, whether there was an experience with your parents, whether there was a lack of parenting, whether there was over-parenting, whatever, you likely started to, dim your shine or not trust your intuition. And then society just plays into that, right? You don't know what you're talking about. You do what we say, right? And you lose track of that knowing. Not always, and not everyone, but typically when we're talking about inner child work, this is where it's rooted. So getting back to that, really understanding what your inner child wanted and needed and did not receive. This is an important part of the process. You can't tap into how you want to move forward until you really learn these things about yourself. With the Six of Wands, give me one sec. Yeah, there's an energy of putting yourself out there, an energy of moving forward. Not surprised, Leo energy is very out there. My Leo is out there. You guys are the life of the party. You have no problem being the center of attention. You have no problem leading the pack. You're the lion. Hello, you love leading the way. Okay, so this Leo full moon is really asking you to put yourself out there. Not necessarily, and for some, yes, but not necessarily in the way of like, oh, I have to make myself known, I have to be public, I have to, get out there and interact with people. Not necessarily, okay? If that feels right for you, absolutely, by all means, do that. But this is about putting yourself out there and being vulnerable and brave enough to be vulnerable and intimate with yourself and getting to know who you are and getting to know what your inner child wants and needs are. And in allowing yourself to be in this vulnerable space of Two of Wands, this in-between world, right? Okay? That's where I want you to put your bold, your brave, and your courageous energy with this Leo full moon. And let's start with, because it is a full moon, we're talking about releasing here. Let's start with talking about what we can release when it comes to being more brave, being more bold, and putting ourselves out there more, being more intimate and vulnerable with ourselves. What can we release that is currently in the way of you doing that? Are you in relationships that are mimicking childhood wounds? That are mimicking mom and dad wounds? Parental wounds? Are you, again, going to a job you hate every day because you don't feel worthy, or you have this made up excuse that I could never be a CEO of my own life? Nonsense, right? What are the people, places, things, and experiences that are in the way that deep down need to be released for you to take back control of your life, babes? I want you during this full moon to take the time, allow yourself the time, space, and energy. Assert the boundaries with the people in your life. No, I'm not available right now. And you don't have to explain. That's a period, end of sentence right there. But so you and I know I'm not available because I'm choosing me. And I know that I need time, space, and energy to really rest and get out of this mental space. I want to dig into my heart space so I can understand why that I'm not moving away from the people, places, things, and experiences that I know don't serve me, that I know are not helping me grow, that I know I've outgrown, that I feel bad leaving, that I feel some sort of obligation or loyalty to. I want to sit and I want to think about, why am I holding on to these old identities, these beliefs, these patterns, these habits, this, right? Why? Why don't I feel like I'm worthy of living a joyful life? I've never really thought about this, but I'm really going to take the time to do that during this full moon, right? I'm really going to try and listen to what my inner child wants and needs from me as an adult so that I can assert what I want and need. Because I can't ask for something if I don't know what I want. You know how you figure that out? Give yourself the time to figure that out. Okay? Take this time during this Leo full moon to breathe, to pause, reflect, recenter, reevaluate. What do I need to let go of so that I can move forward? And I want to move forward in a way that I balance the spirituality and the practicality of my life, of my desires, of how I tap into joy, how I choose joy on a daily basis, because I know that every single day is a gift for me to do that, to heal old wounds so that I can live a life of joy. You guys, we were not put on this earth to live humdrum lives that bring nothing but agony and pain and suffering and scarcity. Bitch, no. We are in search of much bigger things than that, and those things are inside. So I want you to allow yourself the time, space, and energy with this Leo full moon to discover what that means for you. And only you can do that for you, babe. I think I'm going to end that there, guys. I'm already hitting my time limit here, so I'm not even going to ask another question. But let's get some advice. Okay, let's end it with some advice. All right? Spirit, what's your best advice for this Leo full moon? For all my beautiful babes out there. Best advice for this Leo full moon. What's your best advice, Spirit? Thank you. All right. Jumping out at us. 3 cards. I don't know that I'm saying this right, bitch, but we'll try. Maiev card. Look at this beautiful purple energies, the purples and the blues, all that healing. Cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Bitch, I can't make this up. I know I say that every time, but I really can't. Take time out during this Leo full moon and honor your body when it's saying, please stop, please stop. Take a moment, breathe, reflect, pause. Reconnect to nature. Honor that. You know your soul is saying, please stop. Do that however you need to. We're getting the Mayat card. Mat. Okay. Fairness. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. This is reading to me like balance, okay? And that came through in several ways, right? We started with that balance, spirituality, and practicality card. Oh, look, there's even a scale on here. I didn't even notice this scale that she's holding. Come on. And it also came out in balancing your divine feminine and masculine energies, babe. I know you want to take control, but do it from a divine masculine space and allow your divine feminine energy to come in with that. We're heart and mind, heart, body, soul, right? We're making decisions from a soul level, which is balanced feminine and masculine energies. They both matter, okay? There's no more just distorted Leo masculine energy, okay? I swear to God, Spirit, I love you. Thank you for this. We're getting the Freya card, which is bold. I mean, this is fucking Leo energy right here. Look at that. And look at this. Sorry, my one broken nail, of course I put on there. Look at that cat. That's Leo energy right there, babies, in one card. Bold. That's divine Leo in a card. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. This is what I mean by divine Leo energy, babes. And I'm going to end it on that. That was perfect. Guys, thank you for being here. As always, like, subscribe, please share. Most importantly, connect with me, babes. Let's heal. Let's talk. Let's chat. We will get through this. Please use this Leo full moon energy to connect back to yourself. I love you so much. And until next time.